Hello, y'all. It's Amelia here for this week's 10-Minute 2-Tip Tuesday. Very happy, as always, to be here with you. I am joined today by Kitty. He's going to help, I'm sure. Hopefully, or at least he won't just stomp across the keyboard and blow everything up. Anyway, two awesome tips for you today, as always, on 10-Minute 2-Tip Tuesday. The first one is for caregivers. The second is for caregiving organizations. My name is Amelia. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm also the owner and founder of Higher Standards Caregiver Training. And I think we should go ahead and get started. Oh, but first, this is for educational purposes only, y'all. If anything that I say reminds you of someone, some kind of situation, whatever it is that you think needs to be assessed or evaluated by a licensed healthcare provider, then please make sure that you are advocating for that appropriate assessment and treatment, as this is really and truly for educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for health or medical advice, and it is not a substitute for a therapeutic relationship. Okay, now let's start. Tip number one. This is something that we have not touched on at all in 10-Minute 2-Tip Tuesday, if you can believe it. Not that there aren't literally 1 million topics that we can talk about when we are talking about safe care and caregiving. But this is a really important one. And so what I want to talk about, this tip that I want to share today, is actually about edema. And edema is just like the fancy medical way of saying swelling. And what do I want you to know about it if you're a caregiver? Well, so the most important thing to know is that there are actually tons of different reasons why someone might have swelling. People can have swelling that is related to heart issues. You can have swelling, of course, that's related to an injury. You can have swelling that's related to other circulatory problems. You can have swelling that's related to positioning. And that's really only naming a few of the reasons why someone might have swelling. But here's the thing to know. Swelling is never really normal. It's always a symptom of something else that's going on or something that needs to be changed. And sometimes swelling or edema, if you want to call it that, can be a symptom of something that is really serious, that needs to be medically addressed quickly. So what's the real tip here? Point being, if you're caring for someone and you are noticing that they are having swelling in an area, wherever that swelling is, it's really, really important that you let someone know about it. So if you're a non-medical caregiver and you're working for a care organization, it's important that you document it. It's important that you reach out to whatever leader in your organization is responsible for communicating with FAM or the healthcare team. With FAM? Okay, I'm getting abbreviated today, with family or the healthcare team. And if you're a family caregiver, that means if you're seeing swelling, then it's important to reach out to the medical provider for the person that you are caring for, because there are so many different reasons someone might have swelling. It's really, it's something that as a non-medical caregiver, as a family caregiver, you really don't want to be trying to figure it out on your own. You do want the healthcare team to be involved. There are so many reasons why someone might have swelling, and it really is never a normal thing to see. There's always an underlying reason or cause. So that's the tip for caregivers today. Really important. If you're seeing swelling, make sure that the appropriate person is being notified so that the healthcare provider can take a look at the situation and figure out what is going on that's causing it. And then that person can help to either fix the solution, can help to find a solution, provide a solution, or tell you what to do in that situation. But that is really important to know. Okay, tip number 2 for caregiving organizations. So I talk to a lot of non-medical care organization owners and leaders, particularly folks who own non-medical home care agencies. And one of the kind of pitfalls that people tell me about a lot are that when they are hiring caregivers, that sometimes their caregiver will say that they have experience in something, say that they know how to do something. And then when that caregiver is on a shift, they will all of a sudden get a call from the caregiver, or maybe from a family member, from someone saying, hey, I don't know how to do this thing. Or the family member saying, hey, this caregiver says they don't know how to do this particular part of the care, or this particular care task, or this transfer, or whatever it is. And that's a really, really common thing that I hear from folks that I talk to all the time. So what is the solution to this problem? Well, one of the most important solutions is to make sure that all of your caregivers are being trained in the same way, in the same set of skills, regardless of how much experience or even background education, honestly, that they are coming into the situation with. Because that is really, truly the only way to ensure that you have made sure that your caregivers are equipped with the skills, the knowledge, the tools that they need in order to go and get that job done safely and also with confidence. It's also a great time for your caregivers to be able to ask more questions, to kind of self-identify that they need more help with something. And that way that can happen before they get into a client's home, rather than at the actual point of service or after they've been in someone's home and, heaven forbid, something happens because that caregiver didn't have the training, the skills, the knowledge that they needed. So that's kind of one of these big overall pitfalls that I hear about all the time is home care owners or caregiving organization leaders thinking that a caregiver has the skill set, maybe the caregiver saying, yeah, I can totally do this, I've done this before, and then actually getting into a care situation, having the caregiver be like, oh, wait, I actually don't know how to do this, I'm not comfortable with this, or a family member bringing that up. And the way that we can avoid this is providing everyone with the same standardized level of baseline, high quality, practical, skills-focused training from the get-go before they get in someone's home, so that you are avoiding that pitfall altogether. Okay, guys, I've got next week, in the coming weeks planned here. I have some cool new resources that I'm putting together to help people in these kinds of situations, particularly folks who maybe you're a home care agency owner and you don't have a background in healthcare at all. That's really, really common. And you are kind of needing a little bit more guidance on these issues. I'm working to put together some more resources for people to access so that you can have those things. So make sure that you are looking out for next week's 10-minute 2-Tip Tuesdays and for the following ones. If you don't already follow me, subscribe, wherever you watch 10-minute 2-Tip Tuesday, make sure that you are looking out for me or following me, subscribing, etc. All of that stuff, liking, all that jazz, all the jazzes, all the things, so that you're getting notifications when the next one posts. And then also, it's a great way for you to let me know if there's specific things that you need to know about, questions you want answered, etc. If you're looking for information and resources now, you can also always visit the website for Higher Standards Caregiver Training. You can go to www.higherstandardscaregivertraining.com, and there are a ton of training resources already there for you now. Okay, for both family caregivers and for non-medical care organizations, I should say. Okay, so thank you all so much for being with me for today's 10-minute 2-Tip Tuesday. I hope that you enjoyed these tips. I hope that you found them valuable. And most importantly, please, 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 until next time, stay healthy, stay well, and please take care. Bye, y'all.